Okay, the lockdown is over and you gotta get back to work. Now what? I know, right? You're asking this. Let me tell you, there are a few things you can do to prepare yourself to re-enter the battlefield that is in the restaurants. Here are the some points to pay attention to. First of all, hit the gym. No, I'm just kidding. Be prepared to have a physical workload on your lower body, especially because we've been sitting around on the couch for a long while now. The lockdown has been a long, gruesome period, but we gotta get off our couches and get back to work. So it's gonna be some in the beginning, some challenges, rough patches for you, or especially your feet, I think, and your muscle in the arms to get used to. So be prepared for that. It's gonna be a reintegration period, but eventually everything will be smooth as before. On the second place, you might have forgotten all of the dishes, and that's okay, because who could blame you? Between all the Netflix, all the Wingstop and Riverdale, there is no room for dishes or drinks that are on the menu. So that's the thing you have to do. Start, do your homework. This can be before day one even, your first day back to work. So go on the website of the restaurant, download those menu cards, or grab the physical card that are in the restaurants and start reading. Just the general gist of it, just the general main dishes that you just use the information to juke up your memory so you can be fully focused when you are on the workflow, so you're not caught off guard when people are asking you about stuff. So know your stuff, the drinks, the wine, the beer, and the most selling items, all of those stuff. So refresh the memories. I know, although we are out of the lockdown, kind of, we're still in a pandemic. So know that the social distancing is still a thing. It's not going away for our near future. So be aware there is a certain personal boundary which is expanded a lot by the hygiene. And make sure you're like, wash your hands before work, when you get to work, wear mouth cap when necessary, do your hygiene, be aware to you address those issues when you see, and do your job. So pay extra attention when cleaning the tables, the menu card, or the glassware, whatever, and be sure to respect people's distance. And there will be regulations and guidelines for us to uphold from the government. So remember those by heart. It's really important, and just be on your best game concerning on that topic. Brace yourself for some bad manners. What do I mean by that? Now, let's go back what I said in the first segment. People are used to sitting at home, eating at home, doing whatever they like at home. So you can imagine that the out of dining efforts or manners are out of the window. So people have established a new habit, and might be good or bad habit, but those are habits that you have when you're eating or dining at home. So that's way different when they are out and about on a table with different and other people. So remember that even not only you are out of the lockdown, back to work, our customers are also out of the lockdown, back to the dining scene, which is a social setting, and people are not used to that. While although some might be really behaving on the best behavior, don't be surprised when there are customers on their worst behavior. So this is something you have to pay attention to. Have patience and understanding that also for them it's a new thing that they have to be reacclimated by. So bear with us and understand where they are coming from, and try to help them at the best of your capabilities. There will be a new routine. I know I'm like harping on the same tune on this video, but you're so used to the routine of just maybe when you're attending online school, you just flip your camera on and being present, and then go back to snooze. And then when class is over, you really further your dreams or whatever it is. But these are things that you can do in your own comfort. Now you actually go back to the work floor, you work with other people, meaning you have to be able to openly communicate and openly tell them what you're thinking, what you're working on, and just further develop your communication skills and connect with them, as some of us might not have that much social interactions with other people. Same thing goes to communicating with guests. These are not your homies, although you might see them as your homies, but there are ways to communicate with them. So try to get those soft skills back. If you don't know how to do it, feel free to ask for tips or advice on your colleagues, but just pay attention that the communication is different from when you are at home with your homies instead of like the guests. I know it's like really logical, but it might something you have to pay attention to. Another thing, there will be structure in your life again. So besides school, you now have work. That means show up on time, wear the clothes that you have to wear, so company clothing, be representable, and I don't mean with be representable to have 3 layers of makeup, but just fresh enough, refreshing enough, so you can present yourself in the best possible way. Comb your hair, put it down in a ponytail, whatever. Shave the beard if it's like too butchy, and be representable. The same with your energy levels. Be sure that you're presenting yourself in the best possible way, because not only are you presenting yourself, but you're presenting the image of the company. So it's more than just like, I'm doing this for me, but it's also for the team. So make sure that you not only talk right on the like correct way, and think about it like the tonation, the tempo, the words you use, but appearance does matter, and be on time, know your stuff, and articulate well, and be open to communicate. And the final point, get used to the technology we are using. So at the first point, we are talking about physical things and the physical menu and the things you serve, but also there's way more technology these days than when we left things off at the lockdown, the second lockdown. So understand the technology, the software, the apps we're working with. Again, if there are unclear things, if you have questions, please do ask before work, especially before your first day, because you want to know how things work. You don't want to stand in front a customer and he or she may ask you about, hey, I am encountering this trouble. You should know how to troubleshoot. You should know how to solve these problems. You should know why there is a certain error in the app, or why things happen on a certain way. So not only do you have to be on your mental and physical top of the game, also your know-how about the software we're using and the technology. So study up on that. I know it's a lot, but it's just to prepare you for a smooth transition from slow working workflow and to back the actual restaurant workflow.